It is my pleasure to welcome you to the second Partners for Success graduation. I am super excited. I really didn't want this morning to come because that means that we won't see these fine 8 individuals every day like we have for the past 6 weeks. And what you're about to experience this morning is probably something that you haven't experienced before. So prepare. We do have Kleenexes circulating in the room if you do need them. But before we begin our celebration and our recognition, I want to recognize some important people. And this morning is the end-of-year retreat for our district Salina Public Schools administrators. So our superintendent, Mr. Bill Hall, our administrators, many people who would normally be here could not be here this morning. But I do know that Mary Ann Triple, one of our fine USD 305 board members, is here. And so I just want to say on behalf of Salina Adult Education Center, Salina Public Schools is a huge supporter of our Adult Ed Center and especially this program. So I thank USD 305. We have an advisory board for Salina Adult Education Center, and several of those board members are here. Would you please stand? We have Amanda with the United Way, Latron with Kansas Works, Mary Ann with the school board, Laura Duran with Salina Tech, Eva with DCF. That's not quite our half of our board, but we have an amazing advisory board that comes together several times a year, brainstorms ideas with us, and really serves as true advocates in the community for us. So I appreciate our advisory board. Focus on one person, and she's going to love this, but Jan, one of our volunteers, if you would wave or stand. We have amazing volunteers at the Adult Education Center, and Jan is a former nurse and has taught at Salina Area Tech in the past, but she, aside from her wonderful family and grandchildren, wanted something to do in the community, and so she connected with us and has worked in both the ESL and our Partners for Success programs, and it's just her skills have matched our needs so perfectly. So Jan, thank you for your commitment to us. Salina Area Tech College, we have President Greg Good and Vice President Susan Everwine with us today. And so we could not do this partnership without our 3 core partners, which is us, DCF, you'll meet in a minute, and Salina Area Technical College. So your commitment and support of this program means everything. Finally, my team loves when I do this, and there's a handful of us here, but my 2 core partners in this program, Rebecca Racy and Mark Falk, who designed and make this program what it is. These 2 individuals, and I have 2 more of my team members, if you wave, stand, Mary McMillan, our secretary, and Nancy Howe, who's our data coordinator and assessment coordinator. The Salina Adult Education Center staff goes above and beyond in the community, in my opinion, and they don't get paid enough for what they do. They don't get recognized enough for what they do, although we do have great support. But these individuals work with our students and help them, and I'm just so proud to work with them. So thank you, team. We also have, if you would have told me a year ago that we would have been like this with DCF, I'm not sure what I would have thought. But we are like this with our DCF crew. In fact, last night at GE's graduation, our 2015 partner in education was Eva. Because we've been working with her for years, and she's been Eva on the phone. Now she's Eva in our minds, in our hearts, in our center, in our day. And I'm going to share this. I've never worked with anyone like Eva. And once after our first class that had graduated, and we were talking about the companies we were working with, and we were tired, and we were talking about welding and wood and all these different things, and Eva goes, "We don't weld wood." And I'm trying to somehow get that on a hat or something. That has stuck in my mind forever. But not just at the local level, but in Topeka, we have amazing support and have had the opportunity to work with Dan and Gerald and Sandra and several others in Topeka. And we have Dan Decker, who's our Employment Development Manager from Topeka, Gerald Perkins, who's Director of Employment Services, and Sandra Cummins, who's Economics and Employment Services Director. And they're here today because they support you and believe in what you have done in the last 6 weeks. So I'm so glad to have you here from Topeka. Darryl Perkins to step forward and bring a welcome from Topeka.
We're delighted to be able to be here today with all of you to share your accomplishments. I had the good fortune of meeting some of you during our interviews, and I know you interviewed 3 at a time, which was new for me too. There were 2 of us and 3 of you, and that was different. And I know that afterwards we asked you, so how did it go? What did you think? And you all said, it made me feel good to have someone up here with me, next to me. And now, after today, you're kind of on your own. You're starting a new step. However, I want you to think, when you go to meet an employer and you're sitting one-on-one across the table, think, it's not just you there. It's your friends, your family, it's all the support you have around you. So even though you might think you're there by yourself, think of this army of people behind you who have been there with you and each other. You've been terrific resources for each other. So even though today's the beginning and you might think you're going to be out there on your own, you're not. Because you've been embraced by all these people. But I don't want to take away from your accomplishment. You're the one that did all the work. You're the one that came here on the day that you thought, no, do I really want to go today? And it's your courage and perseverance that got you where you are today. And that'll take you to great places in the future. So be proud of that, because this is quite an accomplishment. Congratulations from us. We're delighted.
Okay, now I'd like to ask Rebecca and Mert to step forward. Rebecca's going to give you a brief description to really what the last 6 weeks have entailed. And you're going to hear math with Mert a lot. So Mert wanted an opportunity just to explain really, from our first class, we knew that we needed to spend more time really developing not just the personal work skills, but some of those real academic core skills that are needed in the workplace. And so I'm going to let them share really the outstanding news of what these students have done in a very short amount of time.
Partners for Success focuses on helping the student find the central issues that need to be changed for that student to move forward in life, in work, in the personal life, and in understanding where they really want to be. I'm probably not going to be able to get through this without being teary, because I have been,
We'll come back here too.
I have been so inspired by the effort of these 8 people and the 9th person who is with us in spirit. I truly cannot express to you the work, the internal work that these folks have done. They have taken their self-awareness from wherever it was at the beginning of this class to places that most people are frightened to go. And they have examined their roles in and patterns in life that have contributed to where they're at, and they have done it with incredible courage. In addition to that, they've worked on lots of really concrete skills. But all of those things wouldn't amount to much without the really hard work that they've done. And they've done it 8 hours a day for 6 weeks. They have been on a personal self-development marathon, and they have not slacked off, well, until yesterday. Even a moment. And truly, I just cannot tell you what hardworking people these are. And I'm very, very appreciative of the input that they have gotten from the very beginning of this class, from staff at the technical college to the sponsoring employers that you're going to hear about. They have gotten input and feedback from so many people in this community, and they have been so appreciative of the honesty that people have given them. I am privileged to have spent time with all 8 of you. And every day they do math with Bert.
About math with Bert, as I'm not their employer, but if I'm looking at them as an employer, the thing that so impressed me was their total focus on doing their math and grasping it and working with it. And they didn't complain. learning. They didn't ask for breaks. We did 4-hour math classes. And they focused and stayed focused. And that showed up in their testing. I was told I can't retire because they performed so well.
We're on non-retirement plans.
So I was impressed with their ability to stay focused and their ability to work with hard things and make such differences in their understanding. So as an employer, you want people who are there, who are involved in what they're doing and focused. I would say these are those people you want. So thank you guys.
And the team says we had people in less than 6 weeks make up to 4 grade levels of progress.
They were working hard.
Up to 4 grade levels. That's how hard they worked in a short amount of time. So when we started this, working on this summer, we started working with our employers, I didn't even believe that we would get the quality and the number and the magnitude of support from Salina area employers that we have. And so I know we're going to talk about that in just a second, but our core partners, Salina Area Technical College, DCF, and ourselves, it has been just a joy. And so we have a lot of partners in the community, we have a lot of employers, and so at this time I'm going to ask you to come forward and help me recognize a few folks. One of our first ones, bless his heart, Salina Chamber of Commerce came forward and is providing this space to us for our graduations. Eric was in here with Delta early this morning setting it up, and he just got a call of a sick little one and his wife's on a plane. So he has to step away, but he is one of our advisory board members, but he himself set this up for us, and we want to recognize Salina Chamber of Commerce as one of our we have another new partner and has really been with us from the first go around, but has been involved in a lot of the info meetings, has been a lot involved in our classes, in our interviews, and so Salina Area United Way has become one of our great partners and one of our huge advocates. And if you saw the community conversations piece that came out to every Salina resident, Partners for Success was listed as one of the things working well in the community right now. So Salina Area United Way, one of our partners. If you want things done in the community, these women, get them on your team. So. And another person that has really dove into the second class with us, spent time preparing, Susan, before the class even started, was when Rebecca and Mert really worked with avatars.
Yeah. We wanted to help people see really concrete examples of how people fill their educational gaps and go on to post-secondary education. And I came to Susan and I said, I've made avatars. And I want the avatars to go to college. And she didn't even blink. She did it. She showed us how they could go to college.
So we appreciate, and you're going to stay with us because we're going to keep doing that. So it's on you. We, like I mentioned, would all of our employers that are either supportive and or hiring partners please stand? One of these people in this room has been involved in the student info meetings, has hired our graduates, or has been involved in the classroom, supporting, telling their stories, being involved in interviews, and so to that we say thank you. We could not do this. This would not be here without you. This is why we're here. So I so appreciate it, as does our team. If you could be seated. But I am going to ask CASA companies to come forward and be recognized as one of our new team members. They were not involved with us on the first go around. They wanted to kind of see how things would go. And they came in on the second round. How many people did we take out there for interviews, second interviews, and offers were made. And so we are so excited to have you on board and look forward to continued work together as partners. Thank you. And I did good just navigating between between the semis out there, all around and not hitting anything. I was really proud of myself. And another partner, I don't think they're here this morning, but we do have someone going there. And if you have to go to the emergency room, you will see one of our graduates as a registrar at the Salina Regional Hospital. So one of our newest partners, one of our biggest employers in Salina, Salina Regional Health Center, has signed on and is a hiring and a supportive partner. So if you're good, you will see Sarah in the emergency room possibly. I told her I'd be there frequently with my 1-year-old. Not that I want to be, but I just am seeing this in my future. So, okay, at this time, this is really why we're here, is to celebrate each of you and to hear from you what this has been. And what I'm going to ask each of you to do, we're going to recognize you and have you come forward and read your testimony. After that, I'm going to cord you, okay, recognize you, and Rebecca will hand you a certificate, Mert will hand you a flower, and then you're going to process. And we have Becky, Travis, Erica, and Eva Costigan, who are our DCF. We're linked by, they're our team. They're who help us do the case management, work with us with our employer relations. Employers have Eva's number memorized when she calls in. She's so strong with them. So without these three, we appreciate you so much. We have also, the exciting thing is Rodney Denholm from Consumer Credit Counseling. The majority of this crew will be starting circles of the Heartland in the next few weeks. And so we're super excited to have them continue their support and efforts in the community, and many of them will be able to be circle leaders, keep growing themselves, and also help others grow themselves. And we have Laura Duran, and we'll have a nice partnership for you from Salina Tech. So, Mert, I'm going to have you announce, and that is fine. She will announce our first person. Okay.
Melissa Bonilla Carter.
Hello all. My name is Melissa Bonilla Carter. Over 6 weeks ago, I received a bright green envelope in the mail. It was a letter inviting me to an informational meeting for Partners for Success. I thought this program may be just what I was looking for. You see, I had been struggling with employment for some time, and I was starting to get down on myself. I knew I had to do something, I just didn't know what. So I attended the meeting, and I signed up that day. Partners for Success has taught me so much. From day one, I've learned new ideas, processes, and skills, and so much more that I have applied to my daily life, and I'm proud to teach my children. So many people have contributed to my success, and I want to take the time to express my deep appreciation. I'm grateful first to God, to my husband and our 5 children, for being my support and at home and being my cheerleaders. My teachers, Rebecca and Mert, you ladies, taught me things I didn't even know that I didn't know. Kelly, Eva, and Eric, you provided so much support and encouragement. And my classmates who made it fun. Lastly, I'd like to thank and convey my appreciation to all the employers, guest speakers, and all the others who took their time out of their schedules to help me. From touring employers' facilities, to having guest panels and hearing inspiring stories, to having my resume critiqued and getting professional feedback, I thank you. I felt I had support not only from my family and my teachers, but from my community, and this was truly inspiring. This is what Partners for Success is, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. Thank you.
Peggy Clark.
for Success Life Skills course. It was held at Salina Area Technical College as well as Salina Adult Education Center. I have been able to learn the necessary steps to prevent me from making and repeating past mistakes. In today's world, we are all under pressure to act with not. But unlike how I managed in the past, I'm going to learn how to take a clean breath and research and find someone to be my sounding board. When I'm feeling overwhelmed and I don't know, for example, it's hot in here. I remember what I experienced on my first happiest day of my new life. Jumping to conclusions brought out the worst in me. Remember, Katina? Cody, he's our classmate, gone but never forgotten, because he's right in our hearts. And my classmate, Sarah, who shared something about herself with words of encouragement that I will carry with me forever. All the encouraging words of wisdom, and I'm going to add the kicks in the butt, from Chad, Lauren, Melissa, Lucy, David, Kip, as well as Miss Ava, my shirt's out, Mr. Eric. Now, yesterday had to be funny. I texted him about favorite hats. Just to make it a humorous last day. This is why I would always know what proper steps to take. When that feeling of wanting to scream and shout, I'm gonna shove a boot. Now, Miss Rebecca, just no, stop, just please. I'm not that woman anymore. Because of my first happiest day. Today, family and good friends who never gave up, who never turned their back on me. I will do what I've been taught. I will stop and just breathe. Relax my shoulders, regain control. Focus on what I want to create and take one step forward, only to shift my way. And calmly do whatever is best for me by being a woman of her word, building a better life with all the life skills you have taught me. I know that my future is bright and I am in control. Just think, Miss Martin, Miss Rebecca, the best thing of all for me, when I'm settled and I'm able to afford a new pair of boots, like I've always wanted to own, will no need to worry. Peggy Clark's feet are firmly planted on the ground.
Chad Garman.
When I first heard about this class, I didn't know what it was about. I didn't have anything going on that day, so I thought, I'll come to this information meeting and see what's going on. Started listening and all that. Thought maybe this class will actually do something better for me than what I'm already doing. So I came, signed up, they were glad to have me. And I had some court going on, had to miss a few days, but I made it up, gladly. And I never thought I'd have to learn so much math. 4-hour math sessions. Mine's numb after that. But learning stuff about myself, being able to be proud of myself. Hoping everybody else will be proud of me too.
employer needs somebody who's really good at math, there's your name. Sarah Limron.
When I started this whole process, I was in a pretty dark place in my life. I didn't feel I was going anywhere, and I knew that I wanted to do something better, to give my daughter a better life. So I joined this class, and it's been the most unique gift I've ever been given in my whole life. I have never felt better about myself, just as a person, as a parent, as a daughter, or a member of the community. Everyone here has given me unending support through everything I've ever done. I have made lifelong bonds with everyone in this class, and you all mean so much to me. And I will be forever thankful. And I learned that I hate the word fractions.
David Mills.
Good class. It took a lot of hard work to get where I'm at now. Working on math and reading skills and different tasks and goals. Thinking where my life was before now. Finding a job is a step forward for me. The teachers are so wonderful working with each of us in the class. The class is the greatest thing that ever happened. You have to do a lot of thinking and research work and work on computers so you can get training skills being on computers. If you need help and a teacher isn't around, other classmates will help you out. Work as a team in class or out of class. We all have had fun in this class within the 6 weeks. I feel more stronger about myself.
He looks innocent, but if you ever want a good April Fool's joke, this is the man.
Oh, sorry. Lori Renquest.
Well, this is a day I thought I would never say I could complete. Partners for Success has proven and gave me knowledge, success, thoughts, in areas I was running with doubts. Thinking back to the very first day, April 20th, I thought to myself, well, this will be another achievement not completed. But here I am, successful. Yes, I've done it, but if it wasn't for all the wonderful teachers and instructors, my classmates, I wouldn't have succeeded. I would still be living a negative, stressful life. I've learned and experienced a lot. Almost all my life, I've had so many negative things go on. I thought I was handling them within positive reason, but not. Through this class, I have been challenged and taught a lot of varieties in areas that I never, ever thought I would. Yes, I've known how to fill out applications, thoughts on resumes, but I even found out a lot more streets there. That, wow, I've been so negative. I was never aware of them. Partners for Success had a way of teaching and opening my eyes to deal with areas a lot better. Even though I am a single parent of 4 and struggling with one majorly, I did this for me successfully. Don't ever quit, even when things totally are against you. In your own eyes, all you need is to take one step forward and you'll know you'll make a change. Thank you, everybody. Yep. Thank you, Honor.
He's their go-to guy.
Where's them tacos at?
Thank you.
Katina Sherbert.
Mine's a little bit longer, but I talk fast, so.
The ratio will work out.
Yes. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I remind myself of this verse daily. However, until 6 weeks ago, I didn't truly understand the meaning of it. I'm a single mom of 2 beautiful children who are my rock. This past year has been a very trying time for myself and my little family. I was working 2 jobs, both of which I've been employed at for over 2 years. Had a car, an apartment, and a few extra dollars in my pocket. So when the kids needed something, I could just go and get it and not have to tell them no. Soon, unfortunately, due to poor budgeting and losing one of my jobs, which was the main source of my income, my world started to crumble little by little. After living with 8 people in a small bedroom apartment, I decided it was time for a change. On March 16th, 2015, the kids and I loaded up the U-Haul and made the move back to Kansas. I was hesitant. Number 1, I didn't do well with change. Number 2, I had no job in Kansas. Number 3, since our car was broke down, I wasn't going to have any means of transportation. If it wasn't for my friend McGee, we wouldn't have a place to stay. And if it wasn't for my friend Andrea, I wouldn't have any ride to go anywhere. The first thing I did was start applying for jobs online, and one by one I was denied. Even the Pizza Hut, where I'd worked for 3 years, didn't call me back. But everything happens for a reason, and on April 20th, 2015 was the start of my new beginning. I wasn't for sure what to expect when attending the first day of this class. I was a bundle of all kinds of nerves, but I knew if I didn't want to, I couldn't. But I knew if I did want to quit this class, I couldn't, because I always tell my kids, if you start something, you better finish it. So here I am 6 weeks later. I have learned so much about myself. I learned that I tend to be somewhat bossy at times. I like to procrastinate, and I may have a little trouble staying on task, and believe it or not, I indulge at times in side conversation. But I'm also caring. I love to meet new people, and instead of wallowing in my sorrows, I just keep my head up. So I want to thank Kelly, Rebecca, Eva, and the Salina Area Catholic College, and all the other sponsors and employers for making this class possible. And I also want to thank my kids, Tyra and Isaiah, for putting up with me. And I get to become a grandma in August, so I'm really looking forward to that. But my daughter, whenever I was having a hard day, she would always send me a Bible verse. And she sent me this one last night, and I thought it fit the class. 2 Timothy 2:21 says, to keep yourself pure, you will be a special utensil for honorable use. Your life will be clean, and you'll be ready for the Master to use you for every good work.
We had that in common because I too had talked too much on all my report cards in school, and it benefits us at some level. You know.
Side conversation.
Yes.
Lucy Spencer.
people to talk in front of. I appreciate the opportunity that Partners for Success has given me. But more this class, I thought to myself, what I really need is a life coach. Then just a week later, I heard about this class talk about perfect timing. Partners for Success has taught me things I didn't know I needed to learn. They taught me how to present the best version of myself to people. I've learned that I have an abundance of skills that I didn't know I had. I've learned new skills to solve problems more effectively. Partners for Success program has given me even more reason to add to my motto. I love the person I've become because I fought hard to become her. I want to thank everyone, Rebecca, Mert, Becky, Eric, and Eva, all the people at Salina area, at Salina Adult Education, Salina Area Technical School, and DCF, and everyone else on the long list of employers who have contributed to make Partners for Success a reality. A simple thank you is not enough.
Give this group a round of applause. I want to congratulate the employers that are hiring these individuals, because I can tell you what I look for most in an employee, besides being there and being on time, is the ability to accept constructive criticism. And these 8 individuals, you can talk to them about anything, and there is no defense, and there is no wall, and they hear you. So congratulations, employers. These are top-notch hires. So congratulations, all of you. So we have a 9th individual that could not be with us right now, but there is a 9th person to this team. And his fiance, Melissa, is a graduate of the first Partners for Success. So I want you to take this. And when we get Mr. Cody back, we're going to graduate him from Partners for Success. Okay? And he's going to have to do a few things, maybe a little more math, maybe a little bit more. But you talk about a success story in our community to have a family working through Partners for Success. This is what it's about. And Melissa, with an infant that has had serious health issues up to Children's Mercy, and what they fought, and she has still maintaining her job at Pinnacle Park and being successful with what she learned in the first class. We're super proud. And then you hold on to this for him, and then we're going to bring it back. Okay? I know. So, I did not know this Megan Fraser before we started Partners for Success. And we have been fortunate to have her in the classes as a hiring partner and as a supporting partner. But she connected with Melissa from day one and has supported Melissa through the challenges she's faced, helped her build her employment skills beyond measure. And so I just want to say, on behalf of our community, on behalf of Salina Adult Center, Partners for Success, thank you for being an outstanding partner. So we are naming you our outstanding business professional for Partners.
I want to thank you.
She deserves them all.
Right?
So, like I I said, I don't want it to end because I don't want to let you guys go. But I'm excited to see what comes in upcoming days for each one of you. And like we said, if you need us, we're here. If anybody's a Pinterest junkie like me, most things that I attempt, I fail at because I'm not a cook and I don't know the little tips to make things work. But the one thing that I like is some of the quotes, and I found one that I want to share with you to end today. And I think Peggy was talking about the best day of your life when this started. So I'm going to go off that thing, okay? The best day of your life is the one which you decide your life is your own. No apologies or excuses. No one to lean on, rely on, or blame. The gift is yours. It is an amazing journey, and you alone are responsible for the quality of it. This is the day your life really begins. Congratulations. So, I want a chance for you to meet our graduates. We do want to take a group picture in your cords and with your flowers. And I want to say a special thank you to Keith Holmes. He has become our partner and does an amazing job videoing. You all will receive a copy of this ceremony so you have it to remember. Mary and Nancy are in back, and there's cookies and water if you'd like a refreshment. So thank you all for being here. We anticipate our next partners class sometime this fall. So I look to our class. So have a good weekend.